Welcome to the monetization challenge. That's right. This video is covering perhaps the most questionable topic I've covered in a while. And it's like so odd that I'm not sure I even want to put a sponsor in it. Like I'm just going to try to cover it as is. I think I've talked about, hilarious backfires and L's from people that decide to go down the route of selling pictures of their body on the internet, particularly using OnlyFans. This is a market that is relatively new, quite flooded, and sure, 1/10 of 1% of these women make a living doing it. Most people toil away for free, providing endless content to nobody that wants it. It's very similar to YouTube. It's extremely difficult to get any kind of traction on YouTube. Most creators on YouTube publish videos to audiences of less than 10 people their entire lives. And you have to be extremely lucky to get an audience. I got lucky because, essentially I got assaulted, and I got lucky because I got to the Brie Larson madness happened, and I was covering that at that time, or the Last of Us drama, or Susie Lou drama, all this stuff that was going on around the internet, I got to take advantage of and be a part of it. But there are a million people who do as good a job as I do that won't get lucky. And it's probably similar to selling pictures of your beehole on the internet. But this particular beehole salesman has decided, in a sea of being oversaturated, right? I never understood why people pay for OF, but that's, hey, people back me on Subscribestar and they don't get pictures of my beehole. So, there's that. So it is what it is. I don't hate the player. I wish that young men would stop spending their money there, because I don't think it's good. But anyway, in a sea of average looking T's and A's, you have to be a cut above, a step above it. And what this particular individual did was decide to brand themselves as trans canine. That's right. They are part dog. It's a very normal looking individual. I don't really want to give them clout, so I'm going to try to, not going to be promoting them in that fashion because it's gross. So essentially this person is trying to sell pictures of their beehole by telling people that they lay with dogs. A crime, by the way. The rise of OF has resulted in an unprecedented number of women who engage in this type of work online. Not great for society, by the way. These pictures are forever, right? It's easy to say when you're, 25 that you don't care. But after you realize that you're not going to pay the bills forever doing this, remember that your kids and your kids' friends and all them will see these pictures online forever. And they'll be constantly brought up to your children. Reportedly, 65% of young adult men watch these type of videos at least once a week. Again, too much, fellas. I'm not like a hardcore, never enjoy it, never, get your rocks off guy, but I think there's a lot of science around it being a net negative. While many men in that category watch it much more often, this percentage is expected to keep climbing as people are being exposed to this type of material at younger and younger ages. I wonder why that is. As this type of work becomes more popular or common and people are attempting to normalize it, the content available on these type of sites like OnlyFans becomes more depraved. The latest development is a woman claiming to be trans canine. She has been banned from the platform because of her type of content, allegedly spending time with dogs. By the way, they're also fired from their day job. Hope it was worth it. Self-proclaimed trans canine woman banned from OF after claiming she hooks up with dogs. Just when you think the internet can't get any worse, it finds a way to top itself. A Twitter user, blank, who has more than 184,000 followers. Who are you? Who are you that is following this person? Has been tweeting about her alleged encounters with animals. Much of the content is spicy and degenerate in nature. At first, many people thought she was just trolling, like many other parody accounts are known to do, but it became clear after a while that she was in fact serious. She spoke multiple times about engaging in this activity and treating them better than people. In other tweets, she calls herself the first trans canine and asks people to treat her with respect because of this identity. Eventually, her OF page was reported enough times that she was banned from the platform. Please just remember, I lost my job because of you guys. Selling pictures of your beehole is not a job. It's a way to make money, but it's not a job. And now you guys got me removed. Oh, she lost her day job because of them, and now you got me removed off OF. Some things, see, society needs to reject more things, right? We've been all caught up in this live and let live, even myself. But like, no, this should be shamed. This should be banned. This should be removed from the internet. This should be, met with vitriol. I'm a human too. I have feelings, she tweeted on January 7th. This is a new story, by the way. Many people online are pointing out how disturbed this woman is, but just as disturbing is the fact that she has so many followers and people publicly support her and ask her to see more content. It's easy to write this off as just another mentally ill person who's attempting to post content that has shock value to get more likes, followers, and attention, but there is something happening here worth discussing. This is via Evie Magazine. You have this individual article says, the transgender movement has convinced people that gender has nothing to do with someone's biology. This claim would have been considered insane or unbelievable just 5 to 10 years ago, and now it's accepted in mainstream society and promoted by politicians, celebrities, and the entirety of Hollywood. If you can convince people that a person can magically change his or her gender, then you can convince people of anything. Sadly, we've already seen this delve into the claim that people can trans age, meaning they can identify as a different age than their chronological age. This sounds deeply disturbing to most people today, conjuring up images of middle-aged men attending middle school because they identify as somebody who's 13. What's stopping our society from more widely accepting trans age claim is that we've already accepted the transgender claim. Trans canine is being claimed by this person as just as it's trans age. It sounds crazy, but when society claims that tolerance is the most important characteristic in our culture, we end up tolerating anything. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of a base take, isn't it? This person talks about Bo Diddle regularly attends LGBT marches and events, interviewing various people who support the transgender movement, and one of his videos went viral featuring a drag queen being supportive of, spending time with animals. The drag queen claimed that kids of any age, even as young as 10, can have gender reassignment surgery because it's their decision, regardless of the legal age of consent. Should the LGBT become inclusive of the animal time? Bo asks as a follow-up. It is what it is, he responds nonchalantly. If people want to do that, let them do it. Who are you to say what they can do? Well, I'm sorry, no. Absolutely not. First of all, it's illegal. All right. Second of all, we have to stop embracing every mental illness as something to be worshipped and not something to be treated. I mean, there are kinks, okay, and I respect that, but animal is not a willing participant in this. And if that's the case, if there is animals involved, then this person should be brought up on charges. If they're in America, certainly. I thought it was just a shtick, but it's not. By the way, this person migrated to another website, and they were banned from that too. Anything I want to put into my body, I should be able to do so. Well, not when it's attached to an animal, and not when it's attached to, say, somebody who's 8. All right? Enough is enough. Gross. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.